Hey guys, welcome to day 6 of Vlogmas. Quick disclaimer before I get on with this. Today I'm feeling, I seem to be having one of my kind of low days. So if it seems I'm not like putting as much energy into what I'm talking about as has been seen in my previous vlogs, that's exactly why I have these on and I would say quite regularly, but I've never really paid attention to how regularly I have my low days. So everyone does. Some are worse than others. It's hard for me to say now that having or being someone that has gone through depression and the like, I feel within myself that when I have my low days, it's not just a kind of feeling a bit meh. It almost feels like getting pushed part way. I'm definitely not going to say it's all the way, but like part way back into that, if that makes any sense. But again, everyone has their low days, and I wouldn't class myself as being like having full-on depression and haven't for a long time. So it might just very well be that this is exactly what everyone else's low days are, but I can only compare it to what I've experienced. And depression was something that I dealt with for a very long time, and I feel like I do still have challenges with it. But there we go. That's supposed to be a quick disclaimer. I was tempted to do the whole video on my mental health stuff because I'm already in this kind of frame of mind, but I don't really want to talk about that today. So the real reason we're here, and sorry that it took a couple of minutes to get to it, is for me to talk about how I learned to play guitar wrong, in my eyes. Technically, to me looking back, I feel like I went about it very wrong, but it was right for what I was trying to achieve at the time, which is what it's all about. You want to get out of learning an instrument what you want to do. I mean, if you want to be someone who is the fastest shredder in the world, then that's what you're going to aim to learn and how to play. But if all you ever want to do is simple open strumming chords on an acoustic guitar to do the most basic of like country songs, and that's what you're going to be happy doing, then that's fine. You are still a musician. So, but I kind of view it that I did it wrong because I had the view that I think is kind of memed these days for musicians of, I didn't want to go for guitar lessons because I didn't want someone to teach me how they think you should play guitar. I wanted to have my own style and my own take on it all, and it to just be all about me. In a way, you could argue that I'm right in thinking that developing or learning to play just by myself, I will develop my own kind of style, and it will sound very much like a lot of other people's styles. But it was very wrong of me to think that I would just have someone saying you should play, basically put you in a box and say you should play exactly like I want you to, or I think is the correct way to play. Again, I could be wrong because I never had lessons. I like to think that most teachers will give you the tools to learn, but they won't like dictate who you should be as a musician, if that makes sense. So I didn't go through lessons, and I very much had the view that, I wouldn't mind knowing how to play a little bit of lead, but it's all about the song, man. It's not about like all flashy stuff. It's all just about the feel of the song, and basically what I was trying to get at is the rhythm of it, like the chord structure and all that. But even with that, I didn't really spend a lot of time studying chords, studying chord progressions and all this. I was very much the kind of person, and I still am now, in that when I come to write pieces, I just play whatever, and it used to be a thing of like, I don't know if this is a chord, I don't know what this chord is. It's not necessarily that I'd go, right, I'm going to go for strictly bar chords in a minor scale or something. I would just play chords together and when go, oh, that actually sounded kind of cool. And a lot of it would sound quite discordant, but I like that, and I still kind of like that sound. Well, it's not the only thing that I learned. My biggest thing was I learned how to do power chords, and away I went. Essentially, I didn't do any kind of exercises. I didn't do any anything like playing to a metronome or whatever. I would learn songs and just play along to those like all the time. And the main band that I would learn or listen to was Nirvana, and this is kind of where it all started. I thought it was kind of cool because my brother picked up guitar for a little bit before I did, but he sadly didn't stick to it. But when he got me into Nirvana, Kurt Cobain was my biggest influence for wanting to play guitar. So when I finally got a guitar, which took some doing, when I finally got a guitar, my brother gave me this. It was my first guitar book, and I was glued to it. There was a number of songs in here that I didn't learn to play. I tried to learn all of it. I can still remember how to play a lot of this album. But yeah, there's a lot of, and Kurt Cobain knew more than what I'm about to show, but you can see on the page there's just lots and lots of power chords. This particular song though, he also uses open chords, so you can see there's like A's and E's and all that. I just flicked to it. But that being said, this one isn't even one of Kurt Cobain's songs, but still. So yeah, this was my guitar teacher essentially. When I first got this, I didn't understand guitar tabs at all. I actually went to a music shop and spoke to someone who obviously didn't play guitar, because I picked up one of their books and said, I've got one of these, but I don't understand what this means, pointing to the tab. And the answer I got back was, the numbers on the line represent the string that you need to play. Okay, so I just took that and I went, cool, right, okay. So and then I went back home, looked at it, and I went, right, so on this line it says 10, so play string. I've only got 6 strings. So it took me a while to kind of catch on to what tab was. I say it took me a while, it probably took me, I don't know, in reality 10 minutes or something, but it feels like it was a lot longer. Probably took me like 10 minutes to kind of click of going, oh wait a minute, this person was really wrong, actually it's just this. But that was my guitar teacher, and I then went on to get some more guitar books, like Metallica's Black Album, and it was actually Metallica's Black Album that was the main thing to teach me lead playing, but I still was in the frame of mind of going, I don't want to be like a flashy lead guitarist playing all those fast twiddly bits, but I want to do a little bit. So I learned the more kind of easier lead bits, and left all the whittling to Kirk Hammett. But yeah, so I really consider it that I learned how to play guitar wrong, because I had the wrong mindset for it. But as I say, technically I was right because it was what I wanted to achieve at the time. But looking back on it now, it's only been basically since starting this channel that I still haven't dedicated a load of my time to it, nowhere near as much time as I would like to, but I have actually looked up certain exercises and things like that to help with my dexterity and actually learn scales and things like that. I still don't consider myself to be a lead guitarist, but I think I've managed to get better at lead playing in general. Again, if nothing else, just in terms of dexterity in the past year or two than I had in the previous 20, was it? How long have I been playing guitar? 23 years. Yeah, 23 years. So that's kind of my experience with learning to play guitar. That was my journey. And I did over time start feeling bad about it because I started looking at it and going, wow, I've been playing for 10 years and I'm still really basic. And then that got to 20 years and I was still really basic, and now 23 and I'm still pretty basic. But yeah, so I don't ever like to think in terms of regrets, because I feel like I have the outlook of whatever has happened in my past has led me to the person I am now, and it could very well be, like, if you believe in this thing, like the butterfly effect, it could very well be that if I had spent more time learning to play lead, then maybe today I wouldn't have my wife and my daughter, or I'd maybe have a different wife and a different child. Or there are things that I really enjoy that I have in my life that I would not want to go away. So if that means that I've got to be a crappy guitar player, then that's my sacrifice, I guess. But it would be nice. It would be nice to have actually put in the time in the beginning. But we'll see. We'll see what happens from here on out. I can't say I have a particular goal in mind now in terms of improving, but I would like to improve in various areas. I still don't have the goal of wanting to be like a really fast shredder. It would just be nice to be able to, I don't know, do a bit of freestyle soloing. But we'll see. Sorry for the low energy today, as I explained at the start, but let me know if you've had similar experiences with learning an instrument or learning a skill in general, where you kind of tried to throw the book out the window and go, well, I'm going to be my own person in this, and then realize later that you're probably being a little bit stupid. Or is it just me? It might be just me. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye-bye.